We're back. Part 2, episode 12 of Have I Got News for You? Just the Thicket. I'm lucky. I'll get a laugh one day. One day. Alright, so, before the break, Detective Crimkin had been headed off to try and pull some strings to get Zimzix out of interrogation. And we now cut back to a little bit later where the four of you are all sat around a desk with the detective on the other side, and she's looking at you with a rather exasperated look on her face. Right. So, walk me through it again. From the last time that we met to now, walk me through it.
Well, I talked to some contacts and found out that there might be a connection to the murder to the actual Rakdos. So we wanted to figure out if the break-ins were also linked to the Rakdos, to the Rakdos. So we took a look around our particular abodes. I think all of us pretty much found that there was no sign of forced entry. So we naturally thought of this ring that came into our possession some time back that was already linked to the Rakdos. There was magic and symbols and stuff on it. And so Agustus, who is our most experienced with magic, was running some tests on it while we were observing. And we all ended up in different places.
That's all you found out.
We think the rings were used in the break-ins to our houses.
Are you sure?
It seems like something similar would be the case, but we haven't found.
All right, so you, and she indicates Augustus. Tell me about this ring.
All right, so this ring we found when we got attacked at the spa. And I went, to try to test it out to see what it could do the first time, and I teleported myself, unfortunately, naked in front of a lady, which was very awkward. Just to give you a heads up.
Yeah.
So this time, I was like, all right, cool. Instead of, trying to just not think of where to go or have an actual concrete place to go. So I was like, well, hey, we're in, RNN, so I might as well, try to find somewhere close where everybody can find me when I teleport. I guess I added too much magic. I was kind of trying to see how far I could go with the magic to see where, we could, what would happen. And, well, it happened. And everybody went this way, and I went up 2 floors. So, yeah.
Would you like to see the ring, by the way? About this ring?
It looks like a kind of old Rakdos-ish ring.
Do you have it with you?
Yes. Here you go.
She takes it and starts looking up. Yeah, it's definitely got a Rakdos signal on it. Why do you think these were used in the break-ins?
Again, there's no sign of forced entry, so someone had to have gotten in and out somehow.
Right. Okay.
Well, timeout. I got a question. Is there a way to tell the amount of users that have used this ring prior, besides me?
I would be the wrong person to ask.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure that someone who's much cleverer in the ways of magic than I am could answer that question, but I'm a detective. What do you want me to do?
Oh, I mean, I thought maybe the Boros might have had a way,
I mean, they might, but again,
Right.
I wouldn't know.
Okay.
The people who are more likely to know are your people.
Oh, that is true. We do have to go back there. All right. Well, I guess we got some more running around to do.
If I can.
Yes.
We are definitely not welcome at the spa, by the way.
I mean, I'm definitely not.
What did you do to the spa?
Don't worry about it.
Nothing. Where we found that ring when someone teleported in to try to kill us when we were at the spa.
Wait, what do you mean you found the ring?
The person who tried to kill us dropped it.
Yeah.
But they teleported out?
No, they teleported. I don't remember. There was a lot of fighting at the time.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep the whole
Mage Man, did they teleport in or did they teleport out?
I do believe they teleported out. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember too much.
We set up an alarm that
I set up an alarm for somebody coming in. And I can't remember where he came in from. I think he came in through the
we
door.
were asleep at the time when they attacked.
Yes.
So he teleported out and the ring didn't go with him.
That's a curious fact. Apparently the ring doesn't go with you.
Every time that I use it, the ring stays with my clothes.
So if
they use
were
the rings...
used in the break-ins, wouldn't you have found rings?
Yeah.
Not if they just walked out the front door. They
teleport. They wouldn't have been able to lock the door behind them.
Unless they unlock the door and then teleport outside, open the door, grab the ring, and lock the door behind them. I mean, I guess maybe
that would make sense.
I'll have a team go over and check to find out what we find out. So you found nothing linking break-ins to the murder?
Not yet.
Okay. Have you found anything about the murder?
Only that it appears to have been someone was hired by the or paid with Rakdos money.
By who?
Do you mean the who committed the murder, or who? I'm sorry, who paid?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we don't know who paid.
So how do you know they were paid in Rakdos money?
Because I trust the source.
I don't know what for the freaking Dimir.
We went to a shady place and met some shady people.
You didn't meet anyone.
Was it shady though? He asks.
Well, it was dark.
Right.
And they did not have good beer.
Right.
Chicken tenders, would not recommend.
0 stars on TripAdvisor.
No.
Right. Before I can authorize the use of divination magic, I need a link between the two. Get out there and find me one.
All right, and if your folks find anything about teleportation spells, You'll let us know?
Yeah, but I could list a dozen teleportation spells off the top of my head that could do what you want done. And I'm not even a mage.
I'll say that's pretty good. I only know teleport.
Well, when you deal with breaking and entering for a living, you get to know the methods.
So it does happen.
What does happen?
Teleportation break-ins.
Yeah, it's like the single most common way of breaking into a building.
I'm seeing a pattern emerge.
Turns to look at Adelchi. Get these children away from me.
Let's go,
Please.
everyone. Come on.
My good.
Get out. And it may go without saying, but avoid the fucking circus.
Absolutely.
Well, him anyway.
All right, come on, guys.
So you walk out through the reception. The goblin gives Adelchi the side eye. The dog gives Ruric the side eye. Gets some pets and is then happy and goes back to sleep. And you are stood on the pavement as you have been 2 or 3 times during this adventure. On the pavement outside the 99th.
Oh, crisis averted.
I feel like we're going in circles at this point.
Yeah.
What's the link? What's the link? What were you saying about who was saying about what? No, I can't even remember.
I mean, I guess we could go to the Izzet to see, but we don't to try to find out who else used this besides me. That way we can at least try to figure out, we'll have like a name or something, and maybe that'll be the link.
I mean, my gut says check in on the husband.
As like a, hey, how you doing? We're your friendly neighborhood news crew who told you that your wife is dead. Hi.
I mean,
Yeah, no.
behind his back, look into what he's been up to.
If you get arrested again, I think the it was a teleportation ring mishap is only going to work like another 2 or 3 times as an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to be really careful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, I'm quite beat from using as much energy or mana as I have. So
maybe tomorrow.
Do we want to meet the husband tomorrow?
Wait, I'm not talking about actually talking to him.
So
I'm saying look into him.
How about all of us go to sleep and maybe there'll be information we have in the morning?
I would like to send a message to Nessa to ask her about traceable magics on I guess this ring and everything.
How do you intend
Isn't
to do
Nessa
that?
mad at you for not going after the conduit?
I mean, yeah, but
repeatedly,
like we're.
I thought we made that up to her.
Yeah, we're trying to make it up to her. We still have to. Where's the invoice for the money that we need for the greenhouse? We still got to get that, right?
I don't know. Someone decided to set off a teleportation ring with all of their magic ability for the day and send another one of our members to a woman's dressing room closet.
Well, yeah, that happened.
I mean, the downside, Zimzix got arrested. The upside, I got to make friends with a dog.
Silver lining as always, Ruric.
Karma kind of balances on that one.
I guess. Yeah, I honestly think if we can get in contact with her, yes, I'm pretty sure she's probably pissed still and everything. However, at least this can help us, put the dominoes in the row so we can knock them all down so it can all connect. You know what I mean?
That's I mean, anything that can help it at this point.
I mean, I think that's probably our best lead. Technically, it's our only lead. I think staying away from the circus probably would be a good thing, at least at this present moment in time, or at least just today. Tomorrow, probably. Well, I have spell slots then.
So we have you wanting to talk to your people. We have you wanting to go not talk to somebody.
Astute as always.
I didn't get nearly as much relaxation out of that spa as I was hoping. So I'm thinking I can go to sleep for the rest of the day.
I mean, it seems like the rest of the day is kind of a wash unless we have unless we need to meet up with Nessa. But I think she was just sending the information to us at some point, right?
I do believe so. Yes. The information should be coming. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's gonna be. We'll have it and everything.
Yeah.
And we just have to get the funds for it.
Right. So resting seems like a decent plan. Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, so you just a small sort of side thing. You've all decided to go rest, right?
Except maybe Zimzix is going to go prowling around. That was my totally not subtle implication.
Yeah.
I need to know what's happening, basically.
All right. Well, Augustus needs sleep. This is so much is there. You know what? I probably should head back to the waddling
The waddling crisis, yeah.
crisis, yeah, and see if I can dig up any dirt on Mr. Diana thingamajiggy. What's his name?
His name is Giancarlo Milanesca.
Giancarlo Melanesca. Yes.
And Jamie, what are you up to?
Sleeping.
Are you sending a message to Nessa?
Oh yeah, I gotta do that first. I'm
Ow.
exhausted in my brain. I get how did we send a message last time?
Was it last time through the message
Courier.
sending spell?
Yeah, we
or
used
was it courier?
we used couriers.
Okay, yeah. So courier. Hey, I'm exhausted. Nobody can get mad at me.
Oh no.
No. We certainly can.
Did anybody die today?
That's a pretty low bar.
God sakes. Come on, guys. What
Did
the-
anything explode?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Did anything explode?
A reputation? No, it was already.
A few women.
So yeah, I'll hit up the courier before bed.
All right, so you head to the courier service within RNN,
Yes.
and there's the older gentleman stood there in the black and white robes. What can I do for you?
I would like to send a message to Nessa at the Izzet League. Oh wait.
The Izzet League is a rather large place, sir.
Hold on. I'm trying to remember the university. Kapixadrak University. Aha, I remembered.
Very well. Is this the same person you attempted to contact the last time you sent an invoice?
Yes.
Yes. Well, he hadn't given us enough information to find the person. You see, Kapitadarak is like 17 acres, and there are lots of members of the Izzet League.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna deal with it in the morning. I'll figure out a way. I'll figure out a way. If I have to go there myself, I'll just go.
Very well.
Thanks again.
Goodbye.
And as I mosey my way back to RNN to face plant a bunk.
You head downstairs.
Yes.
So, fast forward to the next morning, because I'm just not going to... Unless Zimzix is going sneaking.
No,
No.
just same thing I did last time.
All
Put
right.
the coin on the table.
All right, so
Trying to get
you're
info.
going to the Wandering Crisis, though?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not taking anyone with you. You're not taking any backup.
Unless they want to go. Does anyone want to go?
Ruric is not opposed to going, but doesn't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, probably after last time you'd be noticeable. So
All right.
I don't know if Adelchi wants to get his nose into it.
You wander in, you sit down, place a coin on the table. After a little while, familiar looking figure sits down opposite you. I thought we were done with our business.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Takes the
And
coin.
I'm gonna have to owe you again. So I hope you have plenty of favors that you'll need done.
Oh, I can find many things for a person of
I figured. But this time I'm
you
looking
scratch
to...
my back and I'll stab you.
That's the guild motto, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm looking for information on a Raktos member named Giancarlo Milanesca.
And why would you come to me?
Well, I mean, you might know who might be able to get me that information, or maybe get the information from one of your sources.
See, asking for information is a rather broad question.
Well, let me put it this way.
And I, being a character played by a very benevolent dungeon master, is not going to allow you to have to come back here 3 or 4 times. Because he's quite frankly sick of running this campaign.
God?
A lesser
no.
dungeon master controlling my mind would go away and find out how old he is and where he was born. Just to be
no.
a dick.
Well, if you allow me to elaborate. Now, this is the husband of Diana Milanesca, who was murdered through the Rakdos circus. And basically, we've been chasing our tails trying to find out.
No details. I just want to know what you want to know. The less I know, the better.
Would there be any reason that he would want his wife dead?
That's
Whether
what you want
money,
me to find out.
Jealousy. Yeah.
Time out here. What you're asking is for me to just tell you the answer. As the dungeon master, just tell you the answer.
Nah. Because, I mean, there
He's
could
inviting you to make her pay for the answer through an extended side quest that extends the campaign.
I mean, people can have reasons and still not do things. People can have no reasons and do things. You know, a reason isn't necessarily, you know, he could be clean for all we know.
Right. What exactly are you? What exactly do you want me to find out?
I mean, basically a motive if there is one. But yeah, that's exactly what you don't want to do.
All right, let me explain. As a dungeon master, right?
Mm-hmm.
The question you are basically asking is, please go away and have this NPC do what the point of the campaign is. You see why that's putting me in a difficult situation?
Yeah, yeah. Just trying to think of another way to get at this.
It's very good dead air.
Yeah.
Well, while Aimee is thinking, how are the rest of you doing?
Instead of sleeping, I think Adelchi is going to take a couple hours in the evening here to actually do his job. And that is to sort of compile everything that we have done in the past, I don't know, week in game, and almost turn it into start turning it into a story to be written and aired.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So roll me a just roll me a I don't want to do this. We'll start with like a performance check.
Right.
I was gonna say, how about a performance with intelligence? Because he's writing it down. He's not like
Yeah,
orating.
sure. Why not? Performance with intelligence.
A 10.
Yeah, you can get like the basics of like the basic like structure of a story. It's not gonna win you any Purlet surprises, but or whatever the Ravnica equivalent is, but
And it's just to get us started into actually being able to submit this story.
all right.
I'll get one of the copywriter isn't the right word, but I'll get one of the Rakdos editors to give it a run through to make it see how it reads for the teleprompters, and then
Mm-hmm. All right, so you're starting to write the story up, basically. Any anything? Augustus is sleeping, right? And what is Ruric doing? Other than having telling everybody about this awesome dog he met?
I think largely Ruric is really trying to figure out if anything's missing or added to his apartment.
Okay.
I think that's disturbing him more than he thought previously. Now that he's had time to just kind of deal with it, with these magic rings and whatnot, he's definitely worried that someone has put something in his apartment. So definitely, I think he is going to go on a feng shui reorganization of his small flat to as an excuse to move everything around and see if he finds anything he doesn't recognize.
Okay. How would I make you roll for that? I don't think I will.
Okay.
Just you spend some time and slowly start reorganizing. It's not. It's going to take a bit more than a day, right?
Sure.
But you start the process of breaking down your apartment into bits, putting them back together, and you're starting to feel a bit better about the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Zimzix, have you thought of a question you want to ask this fella yet?
Yeah, just what is he doing now? Is he going about his life as usual? Is he in some kind of mourning period? Has he gone traveling?
Oh,
still?
You want him followed?
I think maybe I will end up doing the following, but I want to know where he is. Make sure that see if he's still just running his restaurant or if he's gone off to think about his life.
All right, I can pull some strings. Meet me back here in the morning. I'll see what I can do.
All right, got it.
Fast forward to the next morning. Well, recent information indicates Giancarlo Milanesca has been coming and going from his place of work
Okay.
quite regularly since the incident with his wife, who is due to be interred tomorrow.
Interesting.
What? I don't need to know what you find interesting or otherwise. Our job is, our agreement has been concluded.
Thank you
I'll
very
be
much.
calling on you.
I'll be here. Well, I'll be wherever, but a deal's a deal.
Deality.
All right. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Okie doke. I'm guessing a funeral like that is going to be well known enough that I can find out date, time, place. Well, I know the date, time, place.
Oh yeah.
That's easy enough to dig up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like it's a somewhat public funeral because of the nature of his wife's work.
Yeah.
But
all right. So I'll go meet up with the guys.
Good morning, everyone.
Feeling better, Augustus?
you are on half spell slots today for each
man.
level.
Okay. Round down, I'm assuming, right?
Round down.
All right.
That thing did a number on you.
Yeah.
It could have been worse if you rolled worse.
I mean, I'm not going to think about rolling worse.
Best not to. What about the rest of you?
I'm present in the moment. Trying not to worry about the past or the future. I'm in a very centered state. I'm trying to convince myself.
You want to go to a funeral?
Sure.
Why?
Who?
Diana Milanesca's.
I guess it will at least conclude our story.
I mean, we
Yeah,
were
well.
there, so it seems fitting.
Also, might give us a chance to keep an eye on Mr. Milanesca.
I don't think he's going to do anything suspicious at the funeral. He's probably going to be too busy crying.
Maybe if that's his thing.
Okay.
Do you know when the funeral is?
It's public.
Oh, all right.
It's here at this time. What about you, Adelchi? What do you think?
It will be at least bring a conclusion to the story. So we can go and see.
In our official capacity.
Don't mention the fact that we are here in our official capacity to anyone, since that all that seems to do is bring us into trouble. But we can go and observe.
Does RNN have an obituary section?
Yes.
Should.
We could report on the funeral.
Unless they've already got a team on it, but yeah.
Well, then we would definitely blend in.
Yeah, you get multiple angles.
Yeah. The Rakdos, we could write about who wore what, who wore it best.
You're on that.
I'll do my
I
best.
don't know if that would make sense. But hey, it is what it is.
Hey, the
Mostly
editor
a
can say
sea
yes
of
or
red
no.
and black. Right?
I hate to break it to you, Jamie.
Yes.
90% of this campaign hasn't made sense.
I mean, yeah.
So, what is your plan at this point as a group?
Unless anybody else has a better idea, going to a funeral. Oh, I guess Jamie still, or Augustus still needs to find out about, see if he can contact Nessa.
I think I'm gonna hang with y'all at the funeral. I don't know. Call it Loxodon intuition.
Do remember that after last session we leveled up. So if anyone got any special traits or anything, if you're all within 10 feet of, or if any of you are within 10 feet of me, you get +3 on all saving throws.
So you want to get in a fight at a funeral?
I mean, if someone's going to launch a fireball at you, just make sure you're staying next to me.
I'm not sure the word "want to get in a fight at a funeral" is the right way of phrasing that.
We got to get in a fight at some point.
Get to use enchantment spells or charm spells as bonus actions rather than full round actions.
That's sick.
That's cool.
Voice of command.
Uh-huh.
Anytime I use a charm spell to compel someone to do something, instead of being a one action, it's a bonus action.
That's awesome.
That's sick.
All right, so I guess that's the plan, unless somebody else has got a better idea.
No. I mean, hey, at least we can get there a little bit early. I could set up my camera and,
Sounds good.
Sounds
There will
about
be
right.
cameras.
Yeah. All right. So
So we're going to a funeral.
going on a funeral. I assume that you are all able to access proper attire for a funeral. I mean, I'm sure it's like Adelchi's normal wear at this point.
I can find some. Scrape it up.
Yeah, Ruric will be wearing black, but he will have his armor on.
Okay.
A little
Chest
chainmail
armor.
goes with everything, right? But black and gray, you know.
Yeah. So you make your way to the funeral. It's not a small service by any stretch of the imagination. And there are many of Diana's co-workers there. There are many of the various adjuncts to the circus, as it were. And the four of you, when you arrive, I'm not going to say you get the air of being unwelcome, right? Because that's not what I mean. But there is definitely a certain air of unease in the in the air, but that shouldn't be a surprise because it's a funeral, right? It's just this general awkwardness in the air, and there are little pockets of people gathered around the area, and you'll notice who would notice it the best? Probably Adelchi. You'll notice that the person conducting the services is very much kind of togged up to the nines. And this does not seem to be the sort of interment that will lead to processing in the Undercity. This is an actual crypt for the family.
Shoot her out of a cannon into.
Would
Yeah.
As terrible as that would be, I would kind of want to see that. I'd like to see
Ever being
body
shot
get
into a
shot.
cannon into a crypt.
Yeah, I kind of do. Like, I just want to.
Really?
I don't know. Like, I think it would be kind of cool.
Kobe.
Oh. Two questions. Is the service being held at the site of the crypt?
In the vicinity, not on the actual crypt, but
how far away from, can I clearly see where this is? How far away am I from
you're
where the crypt is?
500 yards from the crypt itself. Like, it's being held in a field nearby, like a little reception area nearby. Bodies in sort of held in state. Ian Carlo's there with a couple of people.
That was going to be my next question: is do we see the guy?
It's a very uncommon thing for people to be interred like this in our district, at least. Yes or no? Okay.
Yes. It is reserved for people of stature or people who can pay the money to
not have their body chucked down into the Undercity and their souls bonded to a cathedral.
More that don't want to have their bodies turned into food, which is what happens in the Undercity mostly.
It's Soylent Green. Got it.
I mean, that's most of what Ravnica eats.
Kind of want to. Yeah, I kind of want to take a look at this crypt, but I don't know if walking all the way over there will be.
Roll me a Roll me a perception check.
I want to know what, like, I kind of want to figure out what the 23.
People aren't actually approaching the crypt itself.
Yeah, that's what I was
So if
afraid
you were to
of.
walk over there, you would probably stick out. Unless you were to sneak over there.
I say you need somebody to take a look for you. While maybe Ruric, Mr. Charm, talks to folks.
Maybe while everyone else was distracted.
Mm. Oh, you're good at distractions.
I don't need someone to generate a distraction right now.
I mean, wouldn't the funeral itself be the
Yeah,
distraction?
they're focusing on that.
They're going to
I
pay
mean, I can
attention
start a
here,
small
not.
brush fire if you need me to.
No.
No, it's all right.
Another fire.
He brought a cannon just in case there wanted to be a.
I mean, what is it you want to see, Adelchi? I can take a look, or I can try to take a look.
Got it. I think I know. Are there like research interns at RNN?
Yeah? Absolutely there are.
I want to send a sending to someone to look up historical records of the Milanesca family.
Okay.
And
And what do you want them
The
to look
I want to
for?
know. I want to know the history of their, like, how many of their family
So
members
how
have
many
been
words
inter-
can you send in a sending message?
25.
All right.
25.
Plot me out the 25 words.
You three figure out how you're going to keep an eye on what's going on with this thing.
Well, when the obviously not while the service is going on, but people are probably going to end up chatting and visiting when the service isn't on there. And I'd like to try and talk to folks, some circus folks, people who are close to Diana for the most part, and just express our sympathies. See if we can get them talking about any and everything that they feel like they want to get off their chests. Being a good ear.
All right, so you're just going to go start talking to people.
I'm going to go a slightly different tact.
Okay. What are you
Which
doing?
is always a great way to start a plan from Ruric. Similar to Zimzix, I think it's going to be a less a we're here to listen, oh, what a tragedy, and I think Ruric is going to be a little more oh, cruel world to have taken such a light from us kind of thing to try to see if anyone might let slip other people who had like grievances against her.
Okay, how do you intend to execute that?
he
Poorly.
gets along so well with people.
Yeah, largely through persuasion checks, I'm thinking, is basically
So you're not, the way that you made it sound is you were just going to stand in the middle of the thing and be like, and soliloquy at the dead body.
No. More while talking with people and circulating, and
Right.
rather than
Okay.
rather than taking the like comforting shoulder, be more like a oh damn whoever did this, kind of thing to get people talking about suspicions of who might have done it and that kind of thing.
All right. And
Gossip.
what is Augustus doing?
I'm assuming there's a repass, right? Like there's gonna be the bodies shown and everybody's gonna be kind of walking up to the body and stuff like that. Is it kind of like a traditional funeral?
Yeah,
or is
it's
it...
like
okay.
you can walk up and see the body if you want to. You don't have to.
Okay. I just set my camera up somewhere like within view, but able to see like who's gonna be, checking out the body and everything. I know that sounds really bad. Viewing the body.
Okay. All right. Roll me a. Are you trying to do it like blatantly, or are you trying to be?
No, as press.
But
If
what I'm
she's
saying is, are you like blatantly setting up a camera, or are you?
Well, I guess I should ask permission first. That does kind of make sense. I mean, I guess I guess find Giancarlo and ask him if I can, for RNN, important individual to the Rakdos Circus, stuff like that.
Okay.
Blah blah blah.
So we'll play all these out.
Okay.
Let's start with Zimzix, right? There's a couple of sets of people from the circus that are standing around, they're talking amongst themselves.
I'm gonna try to avoid any of the ladies who would recognize me as.
That's going to be very difficult.
Very difficult, yeah.
Very difficult.
All right.
Since most of them would recognize you as the person that's broken into their dressing room
Who was
twice.
The person that we spoke with at the very beginning. George.
George? Yep.
Yeah. I want to find him.
He's kind of stood off to one side. Like almost keeping to himself kind of thing.
Okay.
Not doesn't look a very, very, very happy man.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to approach George.
You couldn't have. What are you doing here? Really? You?
Well, to express our condolences. I mean, I know we've been...
Condolences for the body or for breaking into the dressing room twice?
Second time wasn't my fault, but
yeah,
yes,
that's what
both.
they all say. Pervert.
No, we're here to express our condolences and of course to take the news angle as well. You can see my colleague over there getting ready to set up if he's got the permission to. We really do feel, we feel bad about all of this happening. And
is that why you broke in the second time?
So we were trying to investigate some other things, and I was accidentally transported in there.
Right, an accident. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to believe me. That's the truth. If you talk to the Boros, they'll tell you. But now, how are you guys getting on without your lead cannon act?
We've got a backup.
Yeah. And you did the first. Is the first show tonight or the other night? I'm sorry, I don't know what day it is anymore.
You've got 2 days before the debut.
Oh, okay. So we're still early.
Yep.
So you guys all ready for the debut then?
Weirdly enough, some of our dancers keep quitting when people break into the dressing room.
Again, accidental. I didn't break in. I tried to,
The first time or the second time?
The first time I was looking for something. I wasn't interested in what the dancers were doing.
That's not saying you didn't break in. You know that, right?
I was just looking around.
Pervert.
Again, you can think of what you want to think, but
I know I can.
Well, anyway, good luck with the show. Is it pretty easy to identify who are family members?
depends on what you would do to assume that people are family members. Like there's Giancarlo and a couple of people with him.
Right.
But
I know Jean. Yeah.
whether you know that they're her family members or not, have you done any research into her family?
Other than Marcus? Ooh, is Marcus there?
Marcus is not there.
Interesting.
Very good question.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go wander over to.
Because there was people that visited him and
Yeah.
told him to go into hiding for a while because someone might be trying to kill him.
Right. Yeah.
Weird.
Funny that.
Interesting. I'm gonna go see how Ruric is doing.
All right. So while you're doing that, we'll cut to Adelchi. You seem to have your message ready.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
What is your message?
Diana Milanesca being interred. Request history of Milanesca interments and connection of family. Notable persons also interred in crypt. Prepare files on desk. Summarize in response.
Cool. All right. Oh, I will work on that, like, in my head. We'll go to Ruric next. This is while Zimzix is off being accused of being a pervert. How are you insinuating yourself into the situation?
By being his normal, sensitive, approachable self.
Okay. So you're waiting
with,
for people to approach you rather than the other way around.
No. I think he is going to approach others by listening to conversations and then inserting himself when it's an appropriate time, using his actual knowledge of social graces to find the right time to begin his information gathering. That's my hope.
Okay, so you're just hanging around listening to people talk, or
yeah, and then when the moment strikes, someone's talking about, oh, this is tragic or whatever, that's his moment to be like,
So let's just start with you introducing yourself into a conversation.
Okay.
So assume someone has given you a lead in.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not going to play out a conversation between two
No.
people that might go nowhere.
Right. He'll introduce himself as Ruric, who helps people relax and enjoy life, and the deceased was certainly someone who enjoyed life, and that was something he really respected in her. And cruel world, and how dare someone steal her from us, kind of thing, and try to egg on the conversation that way.
Do it.
Okay. I can't believe someone would deprive our entire district of someone of such a talent, of such a beauty, of such grace. I can't believe it. Who could have done such a thing?
Man, you're so right. Like, it's an absolute shame that, of all people, I mean, not that I'm trying to imply that it should have been someone else, but Diana was so good. She was awesome. She was a nice person.
She was the heart of us all sometimes.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah.
She embodied so much.
What specifically do you think she embodied?
Living life to the fullest.
Taking
your energies and making something of it.
She did put everything she had into the circus.
And for
her husband, obviously, her family.
Well, of course. I didn't notice too much of her family here. That sort of surprised me.
Well, I mean, her husband is kind of all she's got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh,
Editor's note: earlier in the adventure, you found out she was adopted by the Rakdos.
yes, that's correct. Well, it's boy when they get their hands on whoever did this, I hope their head rolls,
Oh,
and that's
of
coming
course.
from a pacifist.
I mean, the Boris going to positively medieval on him,
Absolutely.
and then we'll give him to the Azorius if they make it that far.
Oh, I wish someone would just tie that person up and deliver it to the Boris themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might know some people who might be interested in a job like that.
Well, you should get on it then.
Well, I don't know where I would tell them to start looking.
How about for clues?
Did she have any enemies?
I mean, none that I knew of. I mean, everyone wants the spotlight, right?
Not everybody.
Well, then,
Not like some of those people I talk about.
okay, this is getting a little weird. I'm gonna.
Sorry. I didn't mean to take away from the solemnity of the occasion.
I'm gonna.
Peace be with you.
You too. Okay, over to Augustus. There's like a line. Giancarlo stood near the casket, where she's being held in state, and there's like a line shuffling past, saying their regrets to Giancarlo, and I'm guessing you just joined the line, right?
Yeah, might as well. So how far back am I in the line?
Like 2 or 3 people.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, when people see a Loxodon coming, they kind of make room.
That's
if
true.
there's an elephant in the room, you're in the wrong room.
That's also true.
You're at the zoo.
So you eventually make your way up to Giancarlo, and he shakes your hand, and he's like, "Oh, thank you for coming. How did you know my wife?"
I did not know your wife per se. I was a fan of the circus.
This is not a service for the fans. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to.
I understand. I understand, but I represent RNN, and I would like to extend our condolences, and I would also like to videotape the service if possible. This would not be for RNN. This would actually be for you specifically.
You will give me your word.
100%.
I think Mr.
Augustus. I'm sorry. I should have introduced myself.
I do not trust this new technology of yours. I'm afraid I'm going to have to say no.
Okay. I understand.
Though I do appreciate you asking before just going ahead and trying.
Well, funerals are very sensitive.
Poorly.
Yeah, funerals are very sensitive, and you do have to kind of, you don't want to just do things out of the blue and everything.
Like mention assassins.
Well, yeah.
That's what.
But
that was me, not Giancarlo.
Oh, I know. But yeah, I understand. But I'll pay my respects and I will sit in the back.
Thank you for coming, nonetheless. I'm sure Diana would have made the most of your news. She was a star.
And I just shake my head, thank him, and I kind of walk away.
And then he moves on to the next person. Kind of weep. So about this point, Adelchi, you get a returned message. File compiled on your desk. Please advise if there's anything else you want. Unless anyone's doing anything to stop it, the service starts. There's a very nice speech by the person running the ceremony, and then Giancarlo steps up. There's a rather teary speech saying goodbye to his wife. He talks about memories he had with her and how he's sad that she's gone, how he's gonna miss her. And
Can I roll perception to see how sincere he is?
no, but you can roll an insight check because that's what they're for.
Okay, can I roll insight?
Yes.
I can
Yay!
do the same. How sincere is this?
17.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Ooh.
21.
Aimee, Zimzix, you're buying it wholesale. Adelchi, you don't buy it wholesale. There is something he's not letting on. There is a hint of insincerity to it, shall we say. The speech concludes. Diana is interred in the Milanesca family vault, and the service breaks up. People are going about their day. Giancarlo and his entourage get into vehicles and depart.
So, what are you guys' thoughts? I mean, it seemed like he was all right up there. Sad enough, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
He put on a good show, but there's something more. I had while we were setting up and waiting, I had one of our interns assemble some information about the crypt here. So I think we need to head back. At least I need to head back to the office to disseminate some of this information.
All right.
Talking about assassins makes people nervous.
Generally, yeah. How about you, Augustus?
I did not get a chance to videotape the service, which is fine. I understand the reason why. But since, I guess I'll go and talk to Nessa, catch up to her, see about this ring and everything. Anybody else is willing, if you want to take a trip out there to the university, that's always cool.
Sure.
So you're heading back to RNN to then head out into different locations, right?
Sounds like
correct. Yes.
Which we will pick up with in episode 13.
Lucky number 13, right?
Maybe. We'll see. Thank you for watching Dungeons and Dragons. Have I Got News for You, the 5th edition game that we are running on the Plane of Ravnica. It's been a lot of fun. Before we go into our outro, big shout out to Tiny Tim for the resub middle of the game there. Thank you, Tim. Love you, buddy. Can't wait to see you again. So we're gonna go around and tell people where people can find people on the people internet. People, starting with Aimee. People.
Oh, well, you can find me here on Thursdays. I'm still not used to that. And every other Sunday, hopefully, as we play this game. And I have my own channel, which is Maven Maverick. Sometimes I do some gaming, some writing stuff, all that fun things. You can also find me on the Twitters at child_AK, which is mostly involved with writing stuff. And that's probably good enough.
Poetics, where can people find you?
Well, if you're a fan of topics centered around writing, computer technology, video games, and other role-playing games, the only place to find me is poeticsonline.net, where I do a lot of writing about those things. So to find me, Poetics Online, you have to go to poeticsonline.net.
How long have you been preparing for that spiel?
That one about 10 minutes.
Branding is your strong point. Jamie, where can people find you?
You can find me at Twitter at Sir Dr. JC Sterling. You can find me on Twitch at Silverwolf with an E24. I will unfortunately not be at the next DWA show, which will be Saturday. However, if anybody wants to see some wrestling action, I actually have the flyer.
Oh,
yeah. So it is Shamrock Shenanigans. It will be March 19th. General admission is $10. Front row is $15. It is at Solano Fair Association, Park Avenue in Quarryville, Pennsylvania. If anybody is interested in watching some wrestling, some very good dudes out there. A lot of fun.
Will
stuff.
they rename anyone Butch?
I hope not. I hope not. God,
the more important question: how many people in DWA are already named Butch?
None, actually, which is
good.
Hey,
there you go.
Hey, Bruce. Hello, Bruce.
All right, Jordan, where can people find you online?
Obviously, you can find me here at 321 Podcast on Twitter and 321_TV. That's us here on Twitch. You already see that. Check out our YouTube, bit.ly/321_T capital V _capital Y capital T. And on Facebook, we are facebook.com/321TV page, I believe is the correct one. Well, obviously, I'm here doing this. We do teamwork Thursdays currently for this term. Again, unfortunately, sometimes the dates need to move around because school happens.
Yeah.
Where we're playing. Right now, we're working our way through Star Wars: The Old Republic. Last week, we had a terrible raid with construction and maintenance of my apartment complex that decided to dig a hole in my sidewalk, and then apparently that decided that my internet didn't want to do things at that point. I also will randomly go on and play games from time to time and show off my cooking on our Twitch and YouTube page there. Can't really see it, but I now actually have a rig and a computer that I will take with me into kitchens. So that's exciting. You can see
any
pictures
kitchen at random, like that person over there. Like
No,
one day
neighbor.
you may turn up in my kitchen, and then
I'm gonna pull a Ruric / Agustus and just like kick in a door. I'm here to cook in your kitchen. Wait, what? Exactly. You can check out pictures of my cooking at twitter.com/Jordan_321TV. I'm doing a bit of a rebranding on my socials after my Instagram got hacked last week. And Instagram said, no, this all looks fine. So yeah, Mr. Ed and Jay is no longer me on the internet. I am now Jordan_321TV on the internet. Because like Poetics, I'm attempting to make branding a thing. Also, plug for the channel, you will notice that some fun little Abraham Lincoln mascots have made appearances in the chats from time to time. And that is for our tier 1 and higher subscribers on our Twitch channel. You get fun little Abraham Lincoln emotes, but you also get, for anybody who follows the channel, you do get these cute little purple guys that look like TV bot aliens as emotes. So we've been having fun with that. See, there you go, Tim. Tim's got the idea. And that is it for me.
As for me, you can find me on Twitter at BobTGoldfish. I don't need to tell you about Twitch because you fucking here. And you can find me doing 2 podcasts. The first of which is Awesome Mania over at thxthockey.com/awesomemania. Jordan, we might need to change these links in the bot soon because I think the addresses are changing on the website. But that's a side note. Which is the Watch Along podcast, where myself, Michael Lindenbaum, and a friend of ours, usually Mr. Matt Carroll, sit down once a month and we watch through a pay-per-view, currently from the year 1997, that happened in that month. Spoiler alert, this morning, we recorded WrestleMania 13 from 1997, which was an absolute shit show. And had one of the worst main events of all time in Sid versus The Undertaker. But it did have Bret Hart against Steve Austin, which is one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. Definitely top 5. Anyway, that being said, you can also find Awesomania's Voices from the Grid, which is the Power Rangers podcast where we review episodes of Power Rangers. We have just finished putting out season 2. We have finished recording season 3. We are editing season 3, looking to get it to get going in the first week of April, being released. And we are starting to plot the recording for Zeo as we speak. You can find that over at twitter.com/VFTG_PR, and all the links you need to get to the actual show are right there. So let's talk, shall we, about sending y'all home. Jordan, do we have a raid target?
We do. We're going to send you off to our friend Keo's Little Monster, who's currently, I think, just casually playing Elden Ring right now.
Because everyone fucking is.
Yep.
That being said, it has been an excellent day. Hopefully, dear Lord, hopefully this campaign will end soon and we can move on to something afterwards, hopefully. We will leave you as we always do by saying, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, in the words of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, be excellent to each other. Party on, non-gender specific honorifics. And we will see you
next time.
Peace.
Bye.